Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and yes, I am quite aware that there is a Wizard of Legend 2 demo out. I am going to see if I can download that, and then I'll show that off. In the meantime, we are going to continue on with the Signature Arcana Spotlight series, to which I was quite surprised to learn that this spell, Spiraling Typhoon, I'm not the only one with problems with that spell. And that's good, because I was starting to wonder if maybe I was gaslighting the crap out of myself, and just thinking like, oh, everyone loves this spell because of how much damage it does. Maybe it's just me. No, it's not just me. In fact, it seems like more people than not look at this spell and go, oh, that one. So, that makes me feel a little bit better. So, we've got a few Air Arcana left, and I'm thinking that because the Wizard of Legend 2 demo is out, we might not have that long before the main game, so I better get cracking on this, huh? So today, why don't we do Blurring Falconry? This is one of those spells that, despite how it looks, doesn't count as anything. It's not melee, it's not missile, even though it should be. It's not a summon, it's just a spell. Now, it scores a lot of rapid hits, so if I want to get work done with this one, I should get it done with the same robe, but with the analytical monocle. And then other things that follow that up nicely, so other mid to long range spells. Like Tracer Barrage comes to mind, but maybe we can find something a bit more creative. Let's look through this and see what we can do. So the idea that it just kind of slaps enemies silly while it's going gives me the idea that, at least in theory, we can work a Charge Arcana in there. But what Charge Arcana do I use? Well, I'm gonna say not Ball Lightning, because despite how impressive Ball Lightning looks, it only ever hits one target at a time. I could also do Bolt Claymore. That could be fun. Matter of fact, I just talked myself into it. We're doing a... Well, no. Let me rethink that, because that doesn't work super well with the whole idea of critical hits. Let's actually come back up here and get Violent Thornstorm. And then we are going to do Razor Burst. And then what? Help me out here, brain. I like nachos. Okay, brain isn't helping too much. So since we've got something that's relatively defensive and we have a build that's relatively defensive in nature, I think what we do is we take ourselves an Arcana that's flexible. Like, I like the idea of Fiery Yo-Yo. That's generally something I very much like using in general. I think I said in general too many times in that sentence. I think we're gonna go with that. Alright, so we've got ourselves just a generalized critical build with a bunch of birds. So this episode goes out to my beautiful birds. And I think if I were to... Yep, they're not paying attention at all. But understand that this episode is dedicated to them with love. And I think the best place to start... Well, for our playstyle, best place to start would be Atlas, but I think we're going to start with Zeal and go from there. No Atlas at all. Alright. Trust me, I'm not complaining. Yay, I threw it the wrong way. So, as you can see, blurring Falconry, the way that it works is that when you hit an enemy with it, it essentially just, for lack of a better term, latches on to that enemy. And then it just keeps circling around and slapping them silly for the rest of its duration, which creates an area of effect around that specific enemy, which lasts a little while and gives you plenty of time to do other things. And because you get three charges of it, you can oftentimes use that as a way to control an entire group of mooks. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering, it is just a little after 3 p.m. where I am right now at time of recording, so yeah, we've got very excited birds just because it is, you know, it's mid-afternoon, they're excited, I just got off work, so they're hearing me talk. This room is annoying. And then, of course, the signature cast is that. Which kind of mimics this idea of the same thing but bigger. Okay. Getting annoyed. So the one thing that I'm kind of regretting about my starting choice here is that, for the most part, the spells that I'm using are kind of low damage. But that could also very well just be that it's because of the starting Arcana that I chose to use. How did that happen? Okay, I'm so sick and tired of you assholes. Wow, there's just a lot of nothing. I guess I'll take that, but that's not great. Alright, so what I could really use is something nice and offensive. Like, I could use... maybe Taffy has something that'll help. Another Charge Arcana! Okay, this is going to be a nice awkward run. But there's also probably a good chance that I'm going to get rid of that before the end of the run. Because having 2 Charge Arcana is not necessarily a good idea. Okay, well, it actually kind of took a while to get through that first floor, like, holy crap. Alright, so here's hoping that we get the Violent Thornstorm upgrade, and then something else, preferably ranged, that makes things run a little smoother. Oh, would you look at that? More fire summoners. Christ. Oh, away. Okay, I would like to be done with this floor now so that I can actually potentially do some damage. Trust me, you all saw that coming. And don't worry, there's a very good chance that I'll be going back for those glasses. Now, as I had brought up earlier, the reason why I use this spell the way that I do, when I say this spell, I of course mean referring Falconry, is because it doesn't do a ton of damage by itself. Like, you'll notice that each hit only really does, like, 3. But it does a very good job of holding enemies still, which is what I really like about it. It just keeps a wide swath of enemies in constant hit stun. But there are gaps in it, which, as you saw, allows some enemies to reach me even though I have my spell going. So in that respect, even though it does do a good job at holding enemies in one spot, it does so better against against singular enemies. But only slightly better. Like, obviously the spell isn't super precise, so I mean, take of it what you will. Oh my god, I hate this room so much. Okay, well, that was absolute torture. And because of that, I'm probably not getting an Arcana upgrade. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not that these are necessarily what I would have wanted in the first place, but would have been nice to have, well, it would have been nice to have Sparkeray up until the 3rd level. Ugh. One room. See, that's why I keep saying that there's no 100% definitively great strategy, because sometimes one room is all it takes to completely ruin your plans. By the way, that right there is one of the weak points of Blurring Falconry, is that sometimes it hits the wrong enemy, and then you're just completely SOL'd after that. Because now those birds are locked on to the one thing that you didn't want them to be locked on to. Which I guess means that this spell actually has kind of a unique weak point in that summoners will completely ruin your plans. Alright, well, at least that worked out nicely. I don't think campfires are necessarily going to be the biggest help, but it's better than nothing. Ooh, multiple things that I like. Okay, well, let's see what else we can get out of this floor. Oh, you're still alive? Come on. I just had a bunch of birds peck your eyes out and you're just like, oh, it's only a flesh wound. And that would be the problem with having nothing but charge spells, is that they can get easily interrupted by anything that attacks at range, or anything that teleports to you. Boy, Dark Sage, that sounded incredibly specific. You think? Okay, getting tired of rogues. You and your backstab shenanigans can just screw right off. I guess what I'm trying to say about Blurring Falconry is that it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, I like the spell just because it's birds, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's like a super powerful spell. It means it's a super okay spell. Though admittedly, better than Spiraling Typhoon. Though I guess it doesn't take much to be better than Spiraling Typhoon. Now, because I've previously said this, let's quick address this. Hey, Dark Sage, I thought you said that you thought that the vampire's eyeglasses were a cheesy crutch. At one point or another, I may have said something to that effect, yes. Now, here's the thing, though. As you saw in one of the previous rooms, sometimes just one bad room can completely ruin your run. So, I think it's a good idea to use whatever you can to keep yourself at an advantage. Oh, I was just there. There we go, and... Alright, I think I'll be able to afford to donate to Dr. Song after the boss. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab... that. And hopefully that's what she ends up taking. Oh, I don't even have to guess at it. I can just pick that up. And then the things that I want will be left behind. Prescription bottle. Sweet, that's not at all what I wanted. But alright, we took a chance, and unfortunately did not get rewarded for it. Let's just keep moving. Oh, we're definitely going to want to spend the 100 gold on that. That is super high priority for the Awe Robe. Perfect. We're doing much better on this floor. Seriously, those rooms with the spikes in the corner, and the trap arenas as I think of them, those rooms can just piss right off. Excited bird! Listen to him go. He's just so happy to be here. Oh, it should also point out, since it just happened, but if an enemy that's currently being swarmed by blurring falconry dies... Oh, lovely. Thanks. Okay, piss off. Then what will happen is that the mark will essentially just stay in place. You know, as if an enemy were there, even though it isn't. So, yeah. Don't think that when the enemy that's marked by Blurring Falconry expires, that your spell is wasted. Far from it. Boy, she really does not want to help me level up my spells. I have got Violent Thornstorm and Flame Fusion just sitting here waiting to be upgraded, and she's just like, nah. You don't need those. Grab that in case of the Hunter Stiletto showing up, and grab that because it's effective. Oh, smooth. Did exactly what I wanted it to do. This is such a weird build with 2 charge spells. One of them with which Iris refuses to upgrade. No, I'm not mad about that.
I think Darksage is lying.
Ow. Three. Dodge and dodge. Yay, that would be a cactus to the face victory. And I do gotta say, the idea of just throwing a big spinning cactus, like I've brought this up in previous episodes as well, but god, that's still funny to me. Throw the birds! Da, 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 da. Okay, Violent Thornstorm, what is going on? Why are you getting stuck on walls? Like, is it seriously just starting behind me so the game thinks it's in a wall? Is that what's going on here? Wow, that's stupid. Okay, that is an interaction I'm hoping gets fixed in Wizard of Legend 2. That is so dumb. Okay, we're still not getting Violent Thornstorm upgraded. Now, contrary to popular belief, now I'm quite upset. I'm on the 3rd floor already. I shouldn't still be waiting for Arcana upgrades. And I'm pretty much never going to run out of health at this point, so... Does it really matter? Well, I say yes. It's not necessarily about power, it's about the principle of the thing. Go, my pretties! Peck their little eyes out! Well, I mean, I could always just give him Violent Thornstorm and see if he gives me something better. Wait, what? Are you serious? Did my bird projectile get broken on one of their lightning javelins? That's again super lame. All right, so let's go ahead and discuss another one of the drawbacks to blurring falconry. Even though it doesn't count as anything, it's very obvious that they want the birds themselves to count as projectiles. So they have the same interactions with other projectiles as any other missile-based spell does, even though it doesn't count as a missile-based spell, so... I'm wondering if that was just like a glitch, or a bug, or, you know, a mistake in coding. Either way, it's very frustrating. And so was that. Makes me wonder if my controller is starting to give out again. But no, I don't think it's a good idea to blame my controller for that mistake. After all, I have been using my control pad quite a lot to play other games. Namely, I've been going back and checking out some of the Metroidvania titles that I've been meaning to check out, or in some cases, just plain old complete. So, you're seeing why Violent Thornstorm coming out super slow is a problem. Because it makes my combos wonky. It's like, yeah, the birds can hold enemies still until the spell is done charging, but if a spell takes too long to charge, that just makes things more difficult for me. Against higher level bosses, it means I don't get my combo. Alright, one more thing, well, I mean, this whole episode is about blurring falconry, so it's not like I'm interrupting anything. If anything, my little tangents are interrupting the blurring falconry. But another thing to point out, and this is something that I've been pointing out for a lot of Arcana, just because it can be important, but I did not talk about how long. I did not talk about whether you can dash cancel out of blurring falconry, because frankly, the spell is fast enough that you don't need to worry about it. She is absolutely refusing to upgrade my shit. Yeah, you deserve that. So, if you ask me, the best use for blurring falconry is to essentially continue doing sustained damage while you sneak in damage by other means. which is part of why I really like the idea of using this with, other ranged attacks. You essentially get yourself a ranged combo build doing that. Okay, that was a mistake. Okay, we definitely take that. What is this? Right, we are taking that. Alright, hey, top hat. That would be great. Oh, hold on. Do I have room for it? Adds a chance to enhance any arcana used. Okay. Yeah, definitely better than the symbols. I'm actually doing just fine on defense, so I might as well take this. There's a 16% chance that it'll upgrade Violent Thornstorm when I cast it. Worth it. There we go. And since there's no real point in waiting to see if I even forget what I just dropped. Obviously, it wasn't that important. Okay, the hyper-aggressive enemy mobs are making this really difficult. An overly excited bird is making this very loud. Not that I didn't know that that was going to be a thing going into this, I'm just saying. I actually think I'm okay. And this is a very bird-centric run, so I guess I shouldn't be upset that the one bird in the area, well, two birds in the area, are getting a little hyper about it. Excuse me, B, but would you like to do things when I ask you to do them? And that's why I wanted the Violent Thornstorm upgrade. Okay. Okay, screw you. Okay, stop. Obviously, I'm getting just a little on the frustrated side, but some luck you'll understand why, because this run just kind of felt like Like, oh, nothing is going to go your way today. You say you're good at this game, prove it, loser. Alright, that was perhaps one of the longer Grand Summoner fights I've had. Oh, now she's willing to upgrade it. You fucking bitch. Yeah, damn, now I'm just upset. You could have done exactly what you're doing right now at any point during the run! Oh my god, I'm pissed off. Ugh, such wasted potential for this entire run just because of that. Okay, cool. Like, I try not to get super upset during runs unless I feel that whatever I'm talking about calls for it, but that was... that was just super upsetting. Oh, this is also getting upsetting. The other thing that's really nice about blurring Falconry is that it allows you to just layer on some damage while you're doing other things. Come to think of it, I think I already said that. So, basically, it's just a nice little homing attack to keep enemies on stun while you do other things. So because blurring Falconry's one of its best aspects is the ability to keep enemies stunned, I highly recommend you use it alongside the Anchor of Burden or the Electrifying Smock. Both of those increase stun values on your attacks, and I think it's worth it to do that so that you can extend combos. Pardon me. But I think that's going to do it for right now. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I, of course, appreciate you coming and chilling with me during your spare time. This is probably one of my longer Wizard of Legend runs. I mean, nearly 38 minutes. That's nothing to scoff at. That's because I spent so much time in Weeksville. But again, I appreciate you coming and taking care of it with me. You guys are the best. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Wolcraven. You take care, everybody.